Dr. Nerenberg's Mind-Body Workout System.
Welcome, 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 my dear brothers and sisters. It's an honor to be in your presence, to have this opportunity to address you. It gives more meaning to my life, and I'm grateful for that opportunity to reach deep within myself to share with you my understandings and inspirations of a lifetime of experience. It's my privilege to present to you today's class on alertness, focus, self-expression, and power sugar. Alertness, focus, self-expression, and power sugar. And we're going to talk about how they're all related, how the power sugar with its ingredients adds to your alertness, adds to your focus, even adds to your self-expression through power sugar. Now, the power sugar is made with xylitol, D-ribose, and B12. So the xylitol itself has antimicrobial properties. It helps prevent cavities, dental plaque from building up, helps prevent ear, nose, and throat infections. That's a lot right there. And it's equivalently sweet to conventional table sugars. Now, the xylitol and D-ribose are both 5-carbon sugars, C5H10O5, as opposed to the 6-carbon sugars of conventional table sugars, which are C6H12O6. These 5-carbon sugars are natural. Your body manufactures them, the xylitol and the D-ribose. So you get that antimicrobial property of the xylitol. Now, the B12 is an energy vitamin. In fact, many people take B12 injections. It increases their energy, facilitates protein synthesis, and it boosts the mood. It actually helps prevent depression and is a mood booster. So already you're getting a little glimpse into, even from the B12, whatever it boosts up your mood is also going to affect your alertness and your self-expression. You can already see that from the B12 component. And we call it ultra B12 because it's 200 to 300% of the recommended daily allowance. So it's a good dosage of B12. And many people are B12 deficient, in which case there's a real zoom in on the energy. So basically, we're talking about more zip, more boost, and all of that leads to greater aliveness, greater focus, alertness, and self-expression. Now we talk about the power component, D-ribose. D-ribose, to understand the function of D-ribose, you have to understand what adenosine triphosphate is, what's also known as ATP. Adenosine is made of adenine and D-ribose, adenine and ribose. So you can't have ATP without the ribose. Now that's attached with 3 high-energy links to phosphates. That's how you 3 phosphates. That's how you get adenosine triphosphate. When one of them is activated, one of the links is activated, then energy is released and it affects receptors on the myofibrils, causing them to shorten, which is the actin and the myosin contracting, and that's how you have muscle contraction. In which case, then you end up with adenosine biphosphate. And then again, it happens again, the same activation of one of the ties, one of the links, and more energy is released. And you end up with adenosine monophosphate. There's a reactivation symptoms, 2 activation pathways. One where you're bringing new ATP into being, and the others where you're salvaging the old ATP. 2 different pathways. Now let's talk about this tremendous power. So you can't even live all your energy systems, whether you're talking about your immune system, whether you're talking about muscle contraction, whether you're talking about mental activity, all require the ATP. Why? Because it's burned in the mitochondria of your cells, and all your cells have mitochondria. That's the powerhouse. The oxygen comes in, the ATP is there, it ignites it, and there's energy. So you can't live without the ATP, which means you can't live without ribose. Now, you can't generate that ribose fast enough, particularly after you've exerted yourself for a period of time. That's why the supplementing with ribose is so important, and you have a good amount of it in power sugar. High energy ribose, high energy D-ribose in the power sugar. What we have found is that people feel more alert because, well, the brain cells are using it. But before I go further, let's take a moment to review what I've said. What is it your cells need in order to be able to function for their energy? Adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. The adenosine is made out of what? Adenine and ribose. And how is it attached to the phosphates? And how many phosphates are there? 3. 3 bonds, high energy bonds, from the adenosine to the phosphates. What happens when those bonds are activated and released? What happens? Energy is released. And what does that energy do? It activates the receptors on the myofibrils made of actin and myosin. It activates those receptors. And what happens then? The myofibrils shorten, which means they contract, and you have movement. Now, that's just one of the functions of ATP. Again, the brain cells need them. The immune system, reproduction, excretion, all of the systems need ATP to function. It's the life energy, which means ribose is part of the life force within you. How many carbons in the D-ribose and the xylitol? 5. How many carbons in the conventional table sugars? 6. They're made by plants. The 6 carbon sugars are made by plants. We can't manufacture. It's foreign to our body. 6 carbon sugars made during the process of photosynthesis in the plants. I ask you a question, just in review. Does your body make D-ribose and does your body make xylitol? The answer is yes, your body makes it. So does that make it natural? It can't get more natural. Your body's actually making it. Can your body make the conventional table sugars? The 6 carbon sugars? The answer is no, you can't make it. What does xylitol, what properties does xylitol have? Right, it's antimicrobial, which means it helps prevent cavities, plaque, and what else does it help prevent? Helps prevent ear, nose, and throat infections. It actually, all pathogens are prevented from taking hold of mucous membranes, whether you're talking about yeast or viruses or bacteria, because it makes a smoothness on the mucous membranes, and therefore they can't thrive in that environment. That's the power of the xylitol. Now let me tell you something about the D-ribose. D-ribose by itself is awful in terms of the taste. And the xylitol by itself is just too sweet. It's like taking straight sugar. It's just too sweet. The combination is much more delicious than either one alone. And believe it or not, the B12 even adds further to the taste. So it not only has more energy, but actually all 3 ingredients form a better taste. There's a synergistic effect in terms of taste and a synergistic effect in terms of power. Now the power sugar has a great, I'll tell you one of the synergistic effects. After you've exercised a lot, you've been active, vacuuming, cleaning, gardening, working out with weights, running, for a while your immune system is compromised because you have more free radical activity. And that's where the xylitol comes in. The D-ribose energizes you during that time, and the xylitol will help prevent you getting ill during that immune suppression time. Now, what is all your activity when you're exercising, you're doing vigorous workouts or vigorous work? What does it produce in your body? Free radicals. And the free radicals do what to your immune system? It suppresses it or compromises it, so you're more likely or more inclined to getting ill during that time. And that's what helps prevent you from getting ill with the power sugar? The xylitol. Now, after you've worked out vigorously, you go into an anabolic process, you want to be able to take amino acids, you want protein, but in order to be able to absorb the protein, which vitamin is key for protein synthesis? B12. So when you're in the anabolic process of building muscle through exercise or gardening, or whatever way you're exerting yourself, the B12 will facilitate that protein synthesis. And the D-ribose will energize your system into the anabolic process. Your body cannot do anything without ribose, without the ATP that it helps generate. So that you have two components that facilitate an anabolic process. Anabolic means where you're building up. Two, the B12 and the D-ribose. Now, to get the maximum alertness, and by the way, let me tell you this. We've had several professional truck drivers who say it kept them more alert when they had to drive long distances. In fact, they stopped using Monster drinks and Red Bull because they were using power sugar.
Hi, my name's Juan. I've tried Dr. Nerenberg's power sugar. I've given it to a friend, and he felt the effects within a few minutes. Fortunately, he drank it with a soda. He felt it quicker than I did, and it kept him up for close to about good 18 to 20 hours. And he didn't feel no crash, and he asked me where to get this stuff because it was actually real good. And like I was talking to my friend here, we're both UPSers, and we're explaining to the doctor how it's funny how we've both taken monsters every morning, and sometimes we go through 2 or 3 monsters a day, but at the end of the day you feel that crash, and with the sugar you just don't feel that crash or that jittery feeling. And I just got 3 more packs.
So say how it did to you when you took your power.
Oh, the first time I took it, I came in here, and he told me to take it just like that, so I took it. And when I got home, I drank a cup of coffee, and it actually kept me up pretty much all night and the whole day. And the following time he gave it to me, the second time he gave it to me, I just drank the sugar alone, and it kept me up because I had the experience with the coffee the time before, so I didn't drink the coffee or anything with caffeine, and I just took the sugar. And actually I felt the effect the same and only a little stronger because I was up a little longer this time.
Say how you felt about being up, what your energy was.
Oh, it was just 100%. You don't feel tired. You don't crash. You just don't feel weak. It's just you just feel that energy. It's not like I said, like with energy drinks or soda or Gatorade. You just feel that energy. You don't feel jittery. You don't feel. You feel alert. That's one thing, and you do feel kind of like wide awake. That's for sure.
So the power sugar makes you feel wide awake.
Yeah, wide awake. Yeah. Yeah, it makes you feel wide awake, especially when you drink it with coffee.
And how about your alertness level?
Yeah, it's there.
Oh, this one's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt very alert, very alert. Like I mean, we're both trained to be alert 24/7, but this time you feel you feel alert. You know everything that's going around. It's
so
just.
Say how this would be for you as a driver, as a professional driver, truck driver.
It would actually help me out a lot more because of the alertness and
See, as
just
a truck
the
driver, this does. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, as a driver, this would help. This helps out in the sense to where, I mean, we're alert 24/7, but this just keeps you constantly motivated. It keeps you going. It just keeps you energized throughout the whole day without the crash, without the feeling of the crash like you do with the monster.
Now, are you able to get more done with this or not?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, only problem is if you take it at night, you can't sleep. That's the only.
You don't want to take it, right?
You don't want to take.
You want to go to sleep. You don't.
You don't take it. If I would, you don't take it after 5.
Yeah.
Because if you take it after 5, forget it.
Mario's the same way. He won't.
Yeah, I won't take it.
Some nights when my wife sees me working still, she says, "Oh, you have the sugar."
Yeah, no, I won't take it. See, like right now, I was gonna take one, but no, because I want to sleep, man. And the last time I took it about this time, and I didn't sleep.
Yeah,
so I think
in the morning,
in the morning, it's you're wide awake. Yeah, you're wide awake because
How quickly does it hit you?
It hit me within seconds, man. I mean, as soon as you feel it, and you feel it going into your gland, like you feel it. Yeah, you feel it.
Way.
Yeah, you feel it, man.
I feel it right away. I think 30 to 50% of people feel it right away. Not everybody, but a lot.
Yeah, my buddy did, and he's met him. He's probably what 300, 3. He's a big guy. He's a big.
Over 300 pounds.
Yeah,
He
he's
felt it right away.
way over 300 pounds.
And he felt it how quickly?
He said he took the sugar and he got the taste of it, so he didn't know that he couldn't put it in. I don't know what he was thinking. He said he just put it in the soda and it started foaming. So he started drinking the soda so it wouldn't spill. So he said he just, drank it and he saw so much in it, so he thought he ruined the soda by putting the sugar. So he threw the soda away and he downed the sugar. And he said that within seconds, as he was just standing there, when he got back into his truck, his lunch hadn't even been over, and he started with the little, the antsiness, and he started pulling his collar, and he said that he was like, what what did he give me? And he started feeling like...
And say what happened when he called you the next day.
No, he didn't call me the next day. He called me that same day. He was paranoid. He thought I had given him cocaine or something. He thought I'd given him drugs because of how wired he was. And I said, nah, dude, it's just sugar.
And tell what he said, did he want more?
Yeah, he wants more.
He wants more?
Yeah, he wants more. Yeah, because he's a professional driver. Yeah, he's a professional driver. He delivers at night.
So it keeps him awake?
It keeps him wide awake. Yeah. And he asked me, he goes, where do you get this stuff? And I said, well, he gives me samples, man. And he said he loved it. These are mine, though. These are mine for the coffee, man.
That's the best part of the whole talk.
Yeah, hell yeah. These are mine for the coffee, man.
That was the best part of the talk. I like that.
Yeah, I guess because I used to like the energy drinks, I love the energy drinks, but it's the crash, man.
Yeah.
Because you feel drained.
And on this one?
No, you don't.
No crash.
Yeah, that's why I said these are mine.
Hi, my name is Armando Roman. Just talk to you guys a little bit about the power sugar. The first time that I actually tried it, Dr. Nerenberg gave me a little sample to try, and first thing that I was really impressed with was the taste. It's a really good taste. It's almost like sugar, but it's not as sweet, you could say. It's not as sweet. It's not so strong on the tongue by itself. So I took it, and then I did my session with doctor, and then without even thinking about it, when I was walking towards my truck, that's when I first felt like, I guess you could say, the high or the because that's really what it felt like to me. Like, I got in my truck and I go to turn it on, and I started getting like the little jittery feeling like around my neck back here, and I kind of like, whoa, what? I guess this stuff does work. So I just kept driving, did my normal day, went to pick up the kids, stood home, but for some reason I just kept feeling like I was up. Like, I would try to lay down with my kids. They took a nap, watching TV, and I normally take a nap at that time, but for some weird reason, like, I just felt like I was just up, like just like Juan said right now. It was probably like, I took a sugar, came here in the morning about 9. It was probably like about 9:30 at night till I finally felt like normal again, like I was cool. I was able to take a nap, and then the next day I came. No, not the next day. 2 days later, when I came to see Dr. Norman, I told him about it, and I was really impressed. Like, I really like that stuff. Just like he said, just to touch on a little bit about my partner said, I'm a professional driver. I really see the key element for me would be the fatigue factor. Is that being out there, our normal hours are 10 to 12 hours a day. So usually for me, I'll start with a Monster in the morning. And then like about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, when it's time to finish up whatever you have left in your truck after pickups, I'll usually stop by 7-Eleven and pick up another Monster. And then from that Monster, it'll push me over to like right to it's about to punch out time about 9 o'clock. But by that time, I could just feel the crash, like feel bad, just waiting for my bed. So I can't wait to go back to work and actually start using this stuff for my professional life. And I know like how it's gonna improve my life. Not only by helping me stay up and be more alert, but it's a 100% way healthier product.
Now, even more powerful than that is if you have power coffee or power chino. Power coffee is we put 2 tablespoons of power sugar into the coffee, will give you a tremendous boost. But if you put also some cream in it, we call it power chino. I'm going to talk to you about the power chino in a moment, which even adds more to your alertness, to your focus, and to self-expression. So you're getting a boost of your mood. And what are the 3 factors that can lead to? That's actually the title of today's lecture. Alertness, focus, and self-expression. We had somebody say that a good friend of his in class, one of my classes, who normally hardly talks at all, became so self-expressive and asking questions and commenting, and his friend talks during one of the testimonials saying he couldn't believe how outgoing he was, because it actually activates an outgoing energy where you are more expressive. Believe it or not, more. I take it before I give my lectures. Even I'm tired, it'll get me going, more outgoing, and mobilize my energy, my focus, and my aliveness and alertness tremendously. You're seeing that right now. Again, what are the three factors that I'm talking about today that power sugar energizes? Your alertness, your focus, and your self-expression. Right. Now, power sugar has a tremendous effect to do that. And it's even more potent when you add it to coffee, in which case it's power coffee. And if you add a creamer or steamed milk, it's a powerccino. There's your powerccino. Now, what I'm going to do, we have with the gold package, we have it also the same exact product, but it's in a black packaging. Has me on the front over here. I'm a world champion powerlifter and a world champion bodybuilder. And then we have little 4-gram packets. So what I'm going to do is take some of the power sugar, which has, what are the three components? What are the three ingredients in power sugar? Right, xylitol, D-ribose, and B12, right. So I pour it in. I like to put quite a bit. That's the equivalent of about 2 tablespoons. I already had power sugar in there, so I'm going to get a really good dosage. And before I set all my world records, I always take my powerccino. Always. And sometimes many times I'll also take the power sugar straight into my mouth, but powerccino always. And it is delicious. Absolutely delicious. 95% of the people love the taste. 30% of the people feel an immediate effect. It's like, boom, they feel it right away. In terms of strength, energy, endurance, alertness, focus, self-expression, boom. 30% don't feel it at all, even though they're getting a health benefit from it. And 40% feel the effects come on within 20 minutes. So that's an honest appraisal of what we've seen. Powerccino is totally healthy for you. Can children have it? Can children have power sugar? Can you put it in their ice cream or on their cereal? That's the question. Or could it be harmful? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. Children should have it. It'll help prevent their ear, nose, and throat infections and help prevent cavities. The second fastest runner in the United States, Gary Bryant, always uses power sugar before he runs, and he's 11 years old. What about diabetics? Well, not only is it diabetic friendly, it's actually diabetic healthy. Why do I say that? Not only doesn't it give a glucose spike or an insulin spike, it doesn't do either. The blood glucose level actually goes down a little bit. If you take your blood glucose level before you have it, take the power sugar, and then take it again 20 minutes and an hour later, you see it actually comes down a little bit. That's how good it is. So, I'll ask you the question, just because I want to keep reviewing this because I'm giving you so much information. Should diabetics use power sugar? Yes. The answer is yes, and I'm sure you said yes. Will the blood sugar level go up in a diabetic after he takes power sugar? No. Will his or her blood glucose level actually go down a little bit after taking power sugar? Answer, you got it. Yes, it's going to actually go down. Why else is it healthy for diabetics or anybody? Why else? It's excellent for the health of your heart. Dr. Stephen Sinatra, the leading cardiologist in alternative medicine, said the awesome four are coenzyme Q10, L-carnitine, magnesium, and then he discovered the fourth one. Take a guess what it is. D-ribose. That is the completion of the awesome four, D-ribose. The heart uses enormous amounts of D-ribose because it's beating all the time. Those muscles are contracting 24/7. And they use up a lot of D-ribose. So it's really good for people who have congestive heart failure or any heart issues. But any athlete or any mother or housewife, she's an athlete. She's a house athlete. She's vacuuming, cleaning, dusting, cooking. I call women house athletes, house athleticism, home athleticism. Yes. And they're using up that D-ribose, and the heart's using it up. And many get very tired from it. Well, this will replenish the D-ribose in the heart and in the brain, and you'll be tremendously energized physically, but also mentally. I love Powerchino. I put my coffee, put in a little soy creamer, put in at least 2 tablespoons of power sugar, and I'm ready to go. And it's delicious. Now, you can put on your children's cereal, your own cereal, but it has the most powerful effect taking it straight in your mouth or putting it into your coffee. Coffee is really the perfect way to do it. Perfect. Or in your tea, but I like to use it in coffee. I own the trademarks Power Coffee. I own the trademark Powerchino. And I own the patent on Power Sugar. It took me 6 years to get the patent. It took another year to work out the promotional materials and the packaging. And now it's just ready for marketing now. 7 years into it. I want you to have all the benefits of Power Sugar. See, the conventional table sugars are involved with sugar-related diseases. What are the sugar-related diseases? Cancer. 6-carbon sugars could exacerbate a cancer condition or even help bringing it about. Heart attacks and strokes, yes. Conventional table sugars can be adding to that. And of course, help trigger a diabetic reaction or insulin resistance goes up, and your glucose level and your blood glucose goes up, and that's from the conventional table sugars. Not to mention rheumatoid arthritis, not to mention periodontal disease, all sugar-related diseases. What other sugar-related diseases? Let's review. Right, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancer, arthritis, and periodontal disease. You got it. So, but these 5-carbon sugars that we have in the power sugar, they don't add to those. As a matter of fact, they help activate your immune system, and because any antimicrobial properties actually help prevent these illnesses. So when people ask me, well, how much is that power sugar? I say, well, you know what? It's free. Free? Yeah. Over the course of your working life, you're going to have fewer sick days, and fewer major illnesses, and fewer colds and flus. So you'll actually have a longer, healthier, more productive work life, so you're going to make money. You actually make a profit on the power sugar. And of course, you never compare the price of power sugar to conventional table sugars. You compare it to D-ribose. 4 ounces of D-ribose can run as high as $30. I've seen it as low as $22. And power sugar is very competitive in price with the D-ribose. Very competitive. And much better for you because it has the xylitol in there and the B12. Now, this is the Powerchino. There's the cup. This is what it looks like. Yes. Now, another thing we've discovered, it's a shocker actually, calories do not equal calories. If you get 100 calories from conventional table sugars, it's different than if you get 100 calories from power sugar. Now, power sugar for an ounce has 60 calories. Conventional table sugar, it's 96 calories, so it's about 35% less calories. Can you lose weight with power sugar? Definitely. Not only because it has fewer calories, but because it activates your energy, goes way up, and that allows you to have a higher metabolism, high metabolic rate, and you can do more exercise, more activity, which in turn burns up calories as well. So you can lose weight using power sugar if you're using judicial amounts. People say, what are the side effects? I say, well, one side effect reduces cavities. But also if you take too much too soon, it can be a laxative effect. But for some people, that laxative effect might be desirable, especially if there's constipation. Now, there are many other health benefits that have been attributed, have been found, and there's a lot of research, literally hundreds of studies on the xylitol, D-ribose, and B12. Hundreds, if not thousands. Now let me talk about some other uses of power sugar, which is delicious. If you make ice cream with it, it's incredibly good. And if you take cream, cream puffs, and you put it in there, I call them power puffs. You put the power sugar in that cream, unbelievable. Then there is what I call, and I took the domain name on this, power yogurt. You just take plain yogurt. You don't want the kind with sugar or a fruit in there with all the extra sugar in there. You put the power sugar in there. Absolutely delicious and extremely healthy. Power yogurt. Then, if you take lecithin, and there are many different types. Here's one type of lecithin granules, but I like Lewis Labs even better. You take the lecithin and you mix it with power sugar. You have power lecithin. It's the most delicious candy you can ever have. And the lecithin is very good for removing plaque off of your arteries. Incredible. Now we had a professional chef, Pamela Younger, make a variety. We have 6 DVDs of all the products she made using power sugar. We had turkey jerky, beef jerky, salmon jerky, chocolates, cookies, cakes, all delicious, incredibly good. You can't use the power sugar when you're using breads because the yeast won't operate on it, but everything else, I mean, it's perfect. Because power sugar is a little less sweet than the conventional table sugars, you got to use more of it to get the same sweetness. Delicious. You can use it for cooking, baking, but I just take it the way it is and put, as I said, into yogurt. But I particularly, the most powerful form is Powerccino and Power Coffee. You can't beat that. In terms of alertness, in terms of self-expression, in terms of focus, you'll be actually more focused with it. You have to be studying, you have to stay alert. Just incredible benefits. Remember, can you survive without D-ribose? The answer is no. You need the D-ribose to survive. Does your body make the D-ribose? Yes. Does it make it rapidly? No. It makes it very slowly. That's why you need to supplement with it if you're particularly active. And that's where power sugar comes in, because there's a great deal of D-ribose in the power sugar. Now, what are some of the products that I've talked to you about? That power sugar, you can put it in with an immediate positive effect. Think about it. What are they? Power yogurt, power lecithin, power cream for cream puffs, power ice cream. Let me tell you another one. You could put power sugar and extra virgin coconut oil, and we call that power coconut lotion. Power coconut lotion, you put it on your skin, it exfoliates the skin, it moisturizes and energizes the skin. And furthermore, you can brush your teeth with it. You feel like you've been to it for dental cleaning, so you can, it's good for your skin. Brush your teeth with it, and if you swallow some, that's great. It's a delicious candy. You can also eat it. It's yummy. Now, I've seen toothpaste where it says, be careful with children not to swallow this. Well, if you have to put something in your mouth, you have to be afraid of swallowing. That's not a good sign. If you swallow this, power coconut lotion, the power toothpaste, it's good for you. And you can rub it on your, I had my arms, my elbows were particularly very coarse and blackened. Same with my knees. Totally cured it with power coconut lotion. Now, I want to tell you a secret that you should know. Never put anything on your skin that you wouldn't put in your mouth. I'll repeat that. Never put anything on your skin that you wouldn't put in your mouth, because what you put on your skin, you will absorb it into your body, into your bloodstream. So if you're putting on a skin lotion that you wouldn't eat, you're in trouble, because guess what? It's getting into your system. Power coconut lotion, where you put the power sugar and coconut oil, and you rub it on, you can eat it. So it's healthy for you. Let me tell you about using the power toothpaste, which is the coconut oil and power sugar. The xylitol Smooths out the mucous membrane so the pathogens can't live in there, whether you're talking about yeast, bacteria, or viruses. And then the coconut oil actively kills the pathogens. So you're really getting a double whammy for clearing out problematic microorganisms in your mouth. And that's great. Absolutely great. Creating an environment that they can't live in and actively killing them off with the coconut oil. Now, how do you make power toothpaste? Review that in your mind. Extra virgin coconut oil with power sugar. Just put in the amount that you like to use. You'll know the amount. Just experiment with it. You'll get one that's suitable for you. What's another use? The power sugar. Power coconut lotion. Excellent for exfoliating the skin, moisturizing the skin, energizing the skin. What are the 3 uses that you can have for the power coconut lotion or the power toothpaste? 3 functions. What are they? Right. Put it on your skin, brush your teeth, eat it as a candy. 3 functions. All with power sugar. You're getting your B12, which you need, which we all need just to survive. So you're getting something that's good for your heart, good for your teeth, energizes you, increases your alertness, increases your focus, increases your self-expression. I want you to have this. I want your loved ones to have it. I want your children to have it, your parents, your spouse, your aunts and uncles, your cousins, your brothers and sisters, the people you love. Use it, share it. It's a great thing you'll be doing for them. And discourage the use of the 6-carbon sugars. The average use in the United States is like about 160 pounds a year. Don't forget, the 6-carbon sugars are in your ketchup, your salad dressings, not to mention in your cereals and everything you pour it on. I don't want you to continue to poison yourselves with those 6-carbon sugars. Use power sugar. I want good health for you. My ultimate goal is to uplift society for at least 1,000 years. Physically, health-wise, spiritually, emotionally, intellectually, economically. Power sugar is part of that. Do I want to make money doing this? Yes, money is very important, but not as important to me as your health and your well-being and the well-being of your family and loved ones. Absolutely, you come before the money concerns. I want you to have it. It's my privilege, my honor to be able to bring this to you. You can use it, of course, in smoothies, but the most potent form is Powerccino or Power Coffee. That's most potent, but you can put it in your fruit smoothies. That's great. But again, the most potent form is Powerccino and Power Coffee, or just taking the sugar straight, power sugar straight. But definitely, it should be used in your smoothies as well. It's been my honor, my privilege, both to invent this, to develop it, and to have this opportunity to present it to you so that you and your family and your loved ones can benefit, because I wish for you long, healthy, happy, prosperous lives. Thank you.